To EDUC 385, History, Culture, and Society. This is fall 2023, the second session. We're on Ultra Blackboard in the course right now, and I'd like to walk you through the course so you have a better understanding of where you will find resource and the materials and where to work each week. The main menu here has all the folders that you need for this course. The first one is just for the textbook. If you'd like to order the textbook through the textbook store, you're more than welcome to do that. You can also rent it online. You can buy it online. You can buy a used copy, whatever works for you. The publishing date is 2018, so you should be able to find it readily. It's called Dynamic Social Studies, and you'll see more of that in the syllabus when I review the syllabus at the end of this video. Course resources, I'm going to click on this folder because there are some information here that you'll be using throughout the semester. The first is a welcome letter. I want to welcome you, as I have done in this video. And then there is a disclaimer for the 8-week course. And we put this in each of the courses so you have a better understanding that 8 weeks doesn't mean that it's just half the amount of work. It means that we have taken the 17-week semester course and put it into 8 weeks. It's intense, it's full. Each week you'll have activities to complete, which we would be doing in class or online during the 17 weeks. You'll just have a few more of them to do during an 8-week course that you'll be finishing in half the amount of time. And then there is a major assignment every week, and I'll run through those as well in this video so you have a better understanding, and you'll also find those in the syllabus as well as on Blackboard here. You are viewing the video here. This is the video here. You may have found it here. You may have found it in the very first week because I put it in both places. This is the course syllabus, which I will talk to you about at the end of this video. And this is the course schedule. I am going to click on this so you can see this. You can use the down arrow here for the drop down, and you can see each of the 8 weeks, what the topics are, what the chapters in the textbook you'll be reading, and what major assignments due. There's not a major assignment due this week, but you might want to look ahead at the second week and stay a week ahead, putting together the major assignments while you're working on the individual activities. There's also group activities, and you'll see that as well when I get to that. So you can follow this schedule. It's right here. How I expect the work to be done is that I will open the week on Friday at 11:59, and you will have Saturday, Sunday, you'll have all of the following week, and you'll have the following Saturday and Sunday. It's due that Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Now, knowing that, the weeks are going to overlap because I open them on Friday. They don't finish until that following Sunday. There'll be 2-day overlap. So don't get nervous when you see the next week pop up and you're like, I didn't finish the week already, and he's already got me started on the second week. Yes, for those people who finish within that time, you're welcome to start whenever the week opens. If you don't have time to start it then, finish the week previous and start the new week. I'm going to take you back to the course resources folder and finish that out. Here's some information about our Wilson Library from our librarian who works with Lefevre College of Education. Her name is Shelley. She has a beautiful last name. I always mispronounce it, so I'm not going to, but you'll see it here. And she pronounces it beautifully, of course. This is a list of people who you might need or might want. If you need some health, you have some health concerns, there'll be people that can address you there. If you need some tech support, try this resource. This is our handbook for educational studies, and this is more information about me if you're interested in learning more about me as your instructor. I will come out of that folder. This weekly lesson module is the first one that you most likely will go to every single week. And every week there'll be a window of announcements that pop up. I'll tell you about the topic. I'll tell you about maybe some of the activities. If there's something I need to tell you about, I'll remind you of which major assignment is due that week. And if there's any other announcements, I will add that to that announcement. Click off that window, and then you could click on this folder. I have most of the modules here. I'm building them out now. You will only see the modules that are open to you, which is week 1. If I click on week 1, there is an activities drop box. Click on this, and this has all the activities in that. And I will explain that to you in my video for the first week. And then there's also always some group work. It may not be every week, but it's a lot of weeks. There's some group works. And even though we are an asynchronous course, I expect that you to learn each other and work with each other. And I know sometimes students tell me people don't always participate in the group work. Well, they won't get credit, but you will. And I would expect that you might initiate it as one of the members of the group and let them know what you're doing. And you can communicate through messages right here. If you click on this, you can find all the students in our class. You can click on the ones who are in your group. There's a little box that says to email them as well. So not only will they get the message in Blackboard, but they will also get an email alerting them to the fact that you are communicating with them. So please do that. If they don't respond, if they don't do the work in the week, then what you need to do is just do your work. You'll get credit for that. You will not get any penalties for them not doing their work. I know sometimes that's difficult, but I want you to have some contact with students in the class as well online. I think it's important. I think you should do that for your students in your future classes if you have to work online, like such through a pandemic or whatever the case may be. So I'm going to close up this folder and move on to the major assignments. Each week, starting with week 2, there is a major assignment. The first one's an annual pacing schedule. This is a project that you'll be working on. There's templates inside this. I'll click that down so you can see that. You're gonna post it here in this Dropbox. Here's an explanation for it. Here's a learning target. There are 3 pacing guides. This is a project that teachers would do maybe over the summer. They get together and create curriculum using the textbook as their base for a certain subject area. Your subject area will be social studies. So you'll either take one of the pacing guides, or if you want to do grade 2, grade 4, or grade 6, 7, or 8, you're welcome to find a textbook of that and design your own pacing guide based on what you see here, and I will give you extra credit if you do that. I do have exemplars for 4th and 6th grade, so please, you can use these, but don't clone them, and make sure you also include your standard. Make sure you include the topic. Make sure you include how long it will take to cover that topic. Make sure you have some activities, some children's literature, and maybe some visuals as well in your template, as you see in these here as the examples. If you have questions, you can always ask me as well. That's a major assignment. Don't wait till the last minute to finish it, because it will not get done. These are major assignments, as I'm saying. The next one is the twin text assignment. You're going to pick 2 books that actually are aligned to each other. One could be fiction, one could be nonfiction. They could both be nonfiction. Whatever, excuse me, works for you, you can do. And then you are to then follow through and follow the the assignment description, and here are there's some exemplars here for you. Please, again, don't clone them, but you're welcome to take a look at those as well. Oh, I went back to the wrong one. I'm going to click out of this folder and go to the cultural learning experience. You are actually going to go somewhere to experience some culture other than your own. You're going to go to a church, or you'll go to a restaurant, or you'll go to a store to purchase maybe items for a recipe you're going to create from a different culture. What I want you to do is to find a different culture and experience some activities from them. It's not something you've done in the past. It's something you're going to do during the first 4 weeks, because it's due week 4. So you need to get started on this right away. All the information is in here. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. You're going to create a lesson plan. You're going to end up creating 4 lesson plans for credit this session. This one is an integrated lesson plan where you're going to take social studies and another subject content area, such as math or science or English language arts or music, theater, dance, and you're going to actually create a social studies lesson plan integrating the other subject area into it. It can be something you find online, but you need to use the educational studies lesson plan template, and you'll find that in this folder here that says lesson plans and objectives. Then you're going to create a unit plan. You're going to take one of those units that you developed that you put in an outline form on your annual pacing schedule, and you're going to then create a longer subject. You're going to create a more in-depth unit plan on that. So what you're going to do is follow the guidelines that I have provided for you in developing this unit, and then you're going to create 3 consecutive lesson plans, sequential lesson plans. So you might have a beginning of your unit, you might have something in the middle, and something at the very end, however you want to do that, but 3 lesson plans so I can see the continuum where the kids start and maybe where they finish. So you need to do that. That will be for this major assignment. There's also a community service project that you need to complete this semester. That's 20 hours. You need to go out and volunteer. Now, this takes the place of having to take the LVE 305, which is a requirement for graduation. This is one of our values at the university is service, and so you can actually complete that 1-hour course within this course by completing your community service project. Now, this is something you're going to volunteer to do, and you're probably saying, wow, I work all day, I have family at night, when am I going to get this done? It may be something you can do during your lunch hour in your school. It can be something maybe you can do on Saturday or Sunday. You need 20 hours. And you need to make sure that you have journaled those 20 hours and then write a reflection about it. That is your community service project. We'll share more about that as we go along. You can see all the information within this document here. One of my newer assignments that I am trying out is the AI assignment, artificial intelligence. I want you to create some instruction for students at any grade level you'd like in any subject. Probably social studies would be great. I would prefer, let's say social studies. And you can use the AI platforms that I have given you here in this assignment. And last but not least is your final exam, which is your e-portfolio. You're going to create a digital e-portfolio. If you haven't had one yet from another class, you're going to create it for my class, and you're going to showcase all of your major assignments. You're going to write a short reflection on each one that you're going to add to your e-portfolio, and then you're going to put a resource page in. Now, after you've completed that, you're going to screencast your e-portfolio and share 3 questions that I have written in here in the directions here, the instructions for this final exam, and you're going to submit this, I think, the middle of the last week, week 8. This folder has lesson plan templates, lesson plan ideas. It also has how to write an objective. You have to write an objective in each of your lesson plans, and in fact, you'll be writing an objective the very first week of class here, and in that objectives you're going to make sure you write it in an ABCD format. If you don't know what that is already, if you haven't had me already, check out the video that's in this folder out, and it talks about what an ABCD objective is: measurable and observable. And last but not least are some anti-racism resources in this folder that you're welcome to borrow, to take, use, whatever you'd like. And that is this course, Social Studies. I think I've outlined everything except for the syllabus. I want to run through the syllabus with you. You'll find this in the course resources section, so if you need to look for this again, it's there. But what this syllabus consists of are the goals of Lefevre College of Education, the vision and the mission, the dispositions and values that we are working on in every one of our classes. My favorite is social emotional learning. We're going to be working on some social emotional learning here in our class, and what the research says that when you are working with students and you work on the social emotional learning curriculum, that the students are more successful in the academic curriculum. So you'll hopefully see that as we work toward that in this class. Here is Dynamic Social Studies textbook and the information for that. You will also need the History and Social Science Framework for California Public Schools, kindergarten through grade 12. Here is the link you'll find for that. There may be some additional handouts or reading for the class. Here's the description. Here are the objectives that you can spend some time and look through if you'd like. These are the course assignments we just talked about. These are little brief summaries for each one. The annual pacing schedule, the twin text experience, the cultural learning experience that you should do as soon as possible, your integrated lesson plan, your community service. Start thinking about where you want to volunteer, and please send me an email saying what you'd like to do to get permission from me to move ahead on that, and start that as soon as possible. That's 20 hours you need to put in this session. This is the artificial intelligence assignment, and last but not least is your final exam, which is your e-portfolio. Also in here is the conversion table from when you find out what your total points are. You can do some math and divide the total points of class into your points, receive a percentage, which you'll find here, and a conversion of a letter grade. This is the University Diversity Statement in regards to accessibility, discrimination. It tells us that we are striving for diversity in our learning community. This is our Title IX statement. Here's our social justice form. If you feel you're being discriminated in any sense, any way, outside, inside this class. If it's inside this class, please talk to me. But if you don't feel you can fill out the social justice form. You can do that for outside the class. If you feel that you need some accommodations to help you out in class, talk to me about that. But I would go through accessibility services too to officially get those that you need, and they will be honored in every classroom, but I will help you out in any way I can. Please don't plagiarize. If you use AI, give credit for whatever happens. Except for in our AI assignment that I am asking you to look into AI. Late work, I do have a policy, but if you let me know what's going on in your life, not that I need to be nosy, but at least you let me know that you're having some difficulties, but you'll be catching up or whatever, I won't penalize you for that. In online attendance, you're expected to do the work, and that's how you get the credit for doing that. And that is the syllabus. I know I went through this quickly. I'm hoping that you'll take some time and look through it. If you have questions, again, please don't hesitate to ask me. Hopefully you'll enjoy this class and enjoy this semester. I'm here for you, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to help you out and have you be successful. Thanks for listening to this entire video.